Hi, my name is Megan Lapp, and I'm the creator behind Crafty Intentions, and I'm going to show you how I wire Impkin bodies. I'm using 3mm sculpture armature wire, and I'm bending the end of the wire into a circle that is slightly smaller than the bottom of the foot of the Impkin that I'm going to be inserting the wire into. So I've made the circle, and I bent the circle to be at an angle from the wire so that the circle of wire will sit in the bottom of the foot. And now I'm measuring the height of the length of the wire above that circle so that it is high enough to reach up into the head of the Impkin. And then I'm going to bend the wire back down on itself to make sure that that is equally long to the first length of wire. And then I'm going to create another circle at the bottom of this side of the wire so that you have this big upside down V of wire, and the two bottom areas of the wire will be fitted into each foot with small circles. To bend the wire more easily, I use pliers a lot and my fingers, but I often have joint pain, so that can be hard on the hands. I recommend getting yourself a pair of pliers and working carefully, taking breaks when you need to, and not putting too much strain on your hands. I trimmed the wire to be able to make this circle and bent it into the circle using the pliers. And now I'm going to compare it to the bottom of the feet of the Impkin that I'm going to be inserting it into. I'm just making sure that the circle is slightly smaller than the outside edge of the foot so that the wire can sit cleanly and nicely inside the body's feet. Now I'm going to create wire for the arms. So I'm going to take a new bit of wire from the spool of wire I'm working with, and I'm going to bend the end of that wire over on itself to create an oval shaped loop of wire on the end. And then I'm going to secure the wire to itself with a thin strip of duct tape. When I say thin strip of duct tape, I mean take a piece of duct tape and rip it in half and then use that. You don't need to use the full width of a strip of duct tape. This just helps keep any sharp ends of the wire from catching on the crochet work or poking out of the crochet work. Don't mind me. I don't have doors on my office yet, and so my family will often walk in and talk to me. That's why I'm trying voiceover for the first time. After inserting that loop of wire into the arm, measure to make sure that I will be able to extend that wire up into the head the same height as the feet wire that I previously made. Then I bend that wire over on itself and I create a second loop of wire that will go down into the second arm. I'm trimming the wire and I'm going to create that loop and then secure it to itself with duct tape again. These two loops will be inserted into each arm. The two circles of wire on the feet will be inserted into the feet, and then we're going to secure those wires to each other. I prefer 3mm or 2.5mm sculpture armature wire these days because it is robust, it holds its shape, it can hold up the weight of crochet work, and I don't have to fuss around with it very much to get it to do what I want. It bends relatively easily with my fingers, if not with pliers. So I use it quite a lot these days. I used to use 18 gauge, 18-inch paper wrapped faux floral stem wire. That did not do as great of a job long term because it's not available across the whole world. It's not equally available to everybody. So in my older patterns, that's what you'll see as a wire recommendation. These days, I would recommend the sculpture armature wire or bonsai wire. Both are easily findable on the internet or art stores or craft stores. And it just works really effectively. So now I am pushing the little circles of wire for the feet wire into those feet. I'm just shifting the wire through the crochet work. The crochet work can stretch, so it should be able to fit down in there. And I'm making sure that the bottom of the feet are flat and that the top of the wire exits the body and comes to a point where the head is. So now this Impkin has wire from the feet up into where the head will be. I crocheted this Impkin up to the neck to allow for there to be room and space for me to insert this wire more easily. Insert the arm wires at the same time. I try to direct both into both arms at the same time usually towards the back of the body because they're a little bit closer to each other at the back of the body than they are at the front of the body. And then I pinch the wire that's going to enter into the head of the impkin closer together, and I align it with the wire that I placed into the feet. So now that the arms and the legs both are wired, we need to secure those wires together so that they are stable and can continue to support the whole body of the impkin. So now I'm going to wrap all of the wire that will be inside the head of the impkin in thin strips of duct tape. Make sure that that's super secure. One of the other things that I'd like to mention is that wire is not created equal everywhere. The paper wrapped stem wire that I used to recommend was confusing to people because there's more than one paper wrapped stem wire being sold in craft stores. And there is no designation on that wire about whether or not it can support heavier weight or it's more robust or it's more pliable. There is no designation for that wire in that way. There's gauge, which is the thickness of the wire, but that doesn't necessarily tell you whether or not the wire is easily bendable. Hanger wire is about the same width as the wire that I'm working with in this video, and hanger wire is much more difficult to bend than sculpture or armature wire. There is just no pliability designation. So again, I recommend 2 to 3 millimeter sculpture armature wire for projects like this, and not trying to do guesswork about which wire will work for you from the faux floral section of your local craft store. That wire just doesn't do as good of a job as armature inside crochet work. What you're watching me do now is stuffing the impkin. I have separate videos on how to stuff an impkin body and how to stuff an impkin head. I recommend that you use tiny bits of fiberfill delivered into those hard to reach places with intentionality. Choose exactly where you want that stuffing to go. Know that you want the foot to be filled out and round. Know that you want the butt to be filled out and round. Fill out where the crochet work shaping has allowed for there to be curves. You want to be intentional about this. You don't want to just stuff your creature willy-nilly full of stuffing. That can change the shaping of the crochet work because the crochet work is pliable and flexible. You can make decisions about how you want your impkin to look as you stuff them. Every single one can be different. You can definitely make different choices from impkin to impkin, but you should make those choices and not just go through the stuffing process as if it's a chore. This is part of the art. This is a step in the creation of the crochet work. So take a minute and do it intentionally, filling out the belly area, filling out the butt area, massage it, squish it around as you stuff. That's how I create the little booty on the back of the impkin. That's how I create the rounded, smooth belly on the front of the impkin. You have a lot of flexibility with the stuffing. Just try to work with small pieces and a tool if you need it. The tool that I am using this video is hemostats or forceps. I got mine from Amazon, but they're available all over. You can get them in all different shapes and sizes. I have a pair that's about 4 inches long. I used to have a pair that was about 24 inches long. That was excessive. My favorite pairs are between 8 and 12 inches long. They help me reach spaces that I can't get to with my fingers. And they also save my fingers a lot of hard work that otherwise uh, might be painful to try to get that stuffing delivered all the way down into the toes of that impkin body. So I'm able to stuff about half of the impkin body with the tool, and then I use my fingers to stuff the rest. I want to fill in the space around all of that wire. I don't want to be able to feel the wire when I grab the impkin. I want the shaping filled out nicely, smoothly with those small bits of fiberfill, and I'm able to do that with my fingers through the center of the body. I don't include any stuffing in the arms of the body, especially when they're wired, and all of that stuffing and wire comes together to make a beautiful Impkin body that is now poseable. It can stand, I can do things with the arms, and that's great for photography. I can't wait to see what you do. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps.